Hello, dear Scorpio. I'm Amy Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your August 2021 horoscope. And we start out with the Sun and Mercury canoodling in Leo. This is making a natural square to your Sun, Moon, or rising sign. And we've got Mars and Venus also in Virgo. So right now, we've got the 10th and 11th house for you really lit up. And this is a time where the beginning of August, you're going to be looking at ways in which you can lead, where there may be some ambition and a reason to make an impact on the world. This desire to really stand out, especially among your friends and among the groups that you interact with. This also is a time where you're going to be looking at maybe some public speaking or writing and talking, anything that mercurial that allows you to be able to maybe even travel for your work and help you stand out. This also, if you're not literally traveling, could mean that you are connecting with people through the internet, through other ways of being able to connect and communicate on a larger scale. I feel too that this is where your female friends are going to play a role, especially with Venus in the 11th house in Virgo there. And also that with Mars there, you're going to really be driven to find ways that you can use your friends to be of service, or you can be of service to your friends, but also where you'll find that when you work with people you like, it's just much more fun. And you may be wanting to make sure that people feel included, and that if you are working with some people that just seem to not be able to keep up to speed, or they need some mentoring, they need some sort of leadership, this is a great time for you to reach a hand out and say, hey, I can help you. Let's talk, let's collaborate, let's mix this up a little bit. And this can boost your confidence as much as helping others build their confidence. And it just continues to lead into this new moon in Leo at the Lionsgate portal on August 8th. And so the first few days of August will have this desire to stand out, like I say, and to shine, but really the motivation may be more about not necessarily, hey, look at me, I'm so great, but more of, hey, I've worked really hard to get where I am, and I want to be able to share that with others. I want to be able to help others become the better versions of themselves. And this is the way in which we can do it together. And I can put some step-by-step pieces in place for you, because I want to make a positive impact on the world. The sun loves being in the 10th house here in Leo. And so it wants to shine. It's at its height. It's at noontime. So it wants to really give that warmth and positivity to others and to yourself. The other thing that I really like about the first couple of weeks of August for you is that you're going to feel as though your confidence is not only boosted, but that it can be used to inspire others to do the things that you do really well. And then you can put it into some form of step-by-step process. I can see some of you handing like handouts out, or completing a book and starting to talk about it, and maybe putting travel plans together to share your wisdom with others. Now, there is a possibility with this square, because it is the natural square of the 10th and first house, that you could pop into some power struggles, or there could be some desire to have things done in a certain way, in your way, and yet you're met with some resistance. And so it's possible that an authority figure could push back on you, especially if there's maybe a contract that's being negotiated or signed, or maybe there's some things that you want to get done and they just aren't providing the resources for you, or maybe not even communicating as clearly as they could. If you just hang with it and really use this discrimination and take your time going through the details, that's going to help you be able to negotiate and work with them. And I'm using the word negotiate because Venus moves into Libra, Mercury moves into Virgo on August 11th, Venus in Libra on August 16th. And that, I feel, is going to bring up more of this discussion and discrimination around what is useful, what's not useful, and then how do we negotiate that? How do we do that in a way that is politically correct, that also is accommodating, creates a win-win situation. When Venus moves into Libra, that will activate your 12th house, attracting to you maybe time to withdraw, maybe having some backroom conversations with someone or a group of people. Maybe you're, let's say you're on the speaking circuit and you're pushing out your ideas and you're inspiring and helping others. You may decide that you take a small group and you work one-on-one with them, and you allow them to share their secrets or their innermost selves. And there can be great healing that takes place and great compassion with it. And you can attract maybe some money this way as well, because Venus does rule over the values and the finances. And so what you may find is that as you attract opportunities for sharing your ideas and for collaborating with others, you can also bring in healing, not only for them, but for yourself as well. I would say that there is an indication here, Scorpio, that you may be looking at relationship, one in particular, that needs some soothing or some healing. And when Venus moves into Libra, I sense that that's where it will get really active for you. With Mercury and Virgo in your 11th house, this is telling me that this particular relationship may be with a friendship or with a group. And so if for some reason you have had, I'll say, a little scratchiness around it, or you've just been questioning, does this relationship still serve me? Then this may be a time where you sit down and you really talk with them and you get some clarity, especially around the 19th of August when Mercury and Mars will canoodle, and that will give you some good, sharp-minded clarity around it. The other thing I will offer is in romance, if you're single and looking for love, look no further than letting your friends set you up or connecting with groups of like-minded people. So something of like interest. That will also give you a chance to be able to meet that beloved. And then you'll probably take your time and maybe keep it a little close to your chest at first. It'll be pretty obvious in public that you're connected to each other, but you may decide that you want to just be a little more private about it before you, and feel really good before you announce it to the world. That I feel will be coming in September, October time, but we won't get ahead of ourselves. So the other thing we have is an Aquarius full moon. It's our second Aquarius full moon. The first one was in July at the early degrees. This is at the later degrees. It's August 22nd. And I feel as though it's going to benefit you to be able to really let go, release anything that has felt as though it was keeping you too withdrawn from the public. This is going to activate your 4th and 10th houses. And so your private and public life may have this push and pull feeling where you want to shine, you want to lead and be on stage, but then you need that safe, wonderful, bonded place where you feel like it's home, you feel like it's light, you feel as though there's community to surround you and make you feel as though you're supported, that after you finish what you're doing, if you will, with others, that you can retreat to and just feel that base underneath. I think your confidence and your gift to be able to let maybe an idea go is because you have the support of your, what is called your community, whatever that may be, whether it's neighborhood and friends, maybe it's a group that you belong to that is all over the world, but that you have a common bond. And so it supports you and you have that foundation that allows you to feel as though you can really shine. I would also say this is a great full moon for you to release whatever energy or idea you may have about who you really are in the world, and let people celebrate you, let people shine, let people feel really supportive of you, but also, like I say, celebrate you. The sun moves into Virgo in your 11th house on August 23rd. That's going to give you even more energy to be able to sit down with maybe your list of things that need to get done because maybe you're leading a group or you're leading in your community, or you're wanting to do more with your friends. And so this is a time where you may say, okay, we want to get together. We're going, maybe school's going back and all of that. And maybe we're planning a Labor Day gathering. These are the items we need. I'm going to organize it. I can just see you being the little socialite that says, okay, I'll take care of making sure we have everything we need in order to have the best party ever. We're going to improve upon this party and we're going to make it just the best possible. Now, if you're maybe moving kids to college, you may look around at their rooms and say, okay, we've got all the items we need and we're going to decorate it in a maybe simplistic way, but in a way that makes sense and it's organized and it sets them up for success. And I would say that's another theme for you as you finish the month of August, is you're looking at ways in which you can set people up for success, because you're realizing that the more successful you are, the more successful they will be. Mercury enters Libra on August 30th, activating that 12th house even more. And so you may be researching things in relationship, more about the spiritual nature, maybe the way in which you and your beloved or you and a potential partner relate to each other from the intuitive plane or the compassionate plane, the emotional intelligence. And so you may be looking at ways in which you can bond closer if you're in a bonded relationship with your partner that has a more spiritual nature to it. Maybe you guys decide you go on a retreat and you escape for a short weekend, just the two of you, so that you can talk about what is really important, what bonds you, what you love about each other. And that just strengthens the united relationship that you have. If you're single, Scorpio, this also may be a time where, if you started dating recently, that you have some of those conversations about the idea of your relationship, where you see yourselves in the future, how you relate to each other from the more euphoric kind of fanciful, if that's a word, place. And so this is a wonderful time to play and explore just all kinds of different ideas around what does relationship really mean for both of you? And then how could that come into some sort of format? And that you'll figure out as time marches on. I would say that this is also a time where playfulness is important. So Scorpio, make sure that you use this time of August to play when you're working hard. So work hard, but also play as hard as you work. All right. I hope that this helps a little bit. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Find me at jamiedawn.com. I look forward to hearing how the month of August goes. Take care.